What's good, YouTube fam? Social celebrity lifestyle here, back with another juicy expose that's gonna have your jaw dropping to the floor. Today, we're diving deep into a scandal that's been brewing in the rap world for years, one that involves some of the biggest names in the game. We're talking Jay-Z, Katt Williams, and the one and only Diddy. Now, I know a lot of you have probably heard the rumors and speculation around this whole thing, but trust me, you ain't heard nothing yet. I've been doing some hardcore investigative journalism, digging up all the dirt, and let me tell you, the truth is crazier than anyone could have imagined. By the time we're done here, you're gonna see these supposed pillars of the hip-hop community in a whole new light. The lies, the deception, the skeletons in the closet. It's all about to come spilling out. And you know your boy Malik is gonna bring it to you straight. No chaser. So hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and get ready for one wild ride. This is going to be an expose for the ages, my friends. One that's gonna have you questioning everything you thought you knew about these rap superstars. Let's get into it. Alright, y'all ready for this? Let's start at the beginning. Back in 2014, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were in the midst of their On the Run tour, one of the biggest stadium tours of the year. The power couple was at the height of their fame, selling out arenas all across the country and raking in millions. But behind the scenes, there were some major issues going on. Rumors started swirling that Jay and Bey were on the verge of splitting up. Tabloids were having a field day, speculating about infidelity, financial troubles, you name it. And then, things took an even crazier turn. Enter Katt Williams. The legendary comedian was doing a stand-up show in Philadelphia when he suddenly went off script and started airing out some serious dirt. And let me tell you, this was some next-level stuff. According to Katt, Jay-Z was using the On the Run tour as a front to launder money for none other than Sean Diddy Combs. Now, at first, everyone thought Katt was just high out of his mind and talking nonsense. I mean, come on, Jay-Z, one of the richest and most powerful rappers in the world. Working with Diddy to run some shady financial scheme? It sounded too crazy to be true. But then, the receipts started to surface. Katt claimed that he had been approached by Diddy himself, who was looking for someone to help him funnel illicit funds through the On the Run tour. Apparently, Diddy was trying to hide some dirty money, and he needed Jay-Z's cooperation to pull it off. According to Katt, Jay agreed to the plan, seeing it as an opportunity to make even more cash on the side. The two rap titans supposedly worked out a system where certain ticket sales and merchandise revenue from the tour would be diverted into Diddy's personal accounts, effectively laundering the money and making it look legit. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds too wild to be true, right? Well, that's what a lot of people thought at the time. But then, the investigation started to uncover some pretty damning evidence. For starters, there were some highly suspicious financial discrepancies surrounding the On the Run tour. Ticket sales and merch numbers just didn't add up, with millions of dollars seemingly disappearing into thin air. And when forensic accountants started digging deeper, they found a complex web of offshore accounts and shell companies that appeared to be tied to Diddy. But the real bombshell came when authorities started looking into Diddy's personal finances. It turned out that the Bad Boy Records founder had been under investigation for years, suspected of having ties to organized crime and money laundering. And the On the Run tour seemed to be the perfect cover for his shady activities. Now, as you can imagine, this whole scandal sent shockwaves through the rap world. Suddenly, Jay-Z and Diddy, two of the genre's most respected and successful figures, were being painted as criminal masterminds. The media frenzy was off the charts, with everyone from TMZ to the New York Times trying to get to the bottom of it all. And let's not forget about Katt Williams, the comedian, who had initially blown the whistle on the whole thing, suddenly found himself in the crosshairs. Diddy and his team allegedly tried to silence Katt, threatening him and his family if he didn't recant his statements. But Katt refused to back down, even going so far as to release audio recordings and other evidence to corroborate his claims. It was a full-blown war, with Jay-Z and Diddy using their vast resources and influence to try and bury the story, while Katt fought tooth and nail to bring the truth to light. And let me tell you, the twists and turns just kept on coming. At one point, there were even rumors that Jay-Z and Diddy had gotten into a physical altercation over the whole mess. Apparently, the two had met up to try and hash things out, but tempers flared and things got violent. Of course, Both parties denied the incident, but the speculation only fueled the flames of the scandal. Meanwhile, the On the Run tour was in shambles. Ticket sales plummeted as the public began to lose faith in Jay and Bey, and the couple was forced to cut the tour short. There were even whispers that Beyoncé was considering leaving Jay over the whole debacle. And as if that wasn't enough, the legal troubles were piling up. Authorities had launched multiple investigations into the alleged money laundering scheme, and Diddy was facing the very real possibility of serving some serious prison time. Jay-Z, meanwhile, was desperately trying to distance himself from the situation, claiming he had no knowledge of Diddy's shady activities. But Katt Williams wasn't having it. He continued to speak out, giving interview after interview, and providing more and more evidence to support his claims. And the more he talked, the more it became clear that this wasn't just some isolated incident. It was part of a much larger pattern of corruption and criminal behavior within the highest echelons of the rap industry. Diddy, it turned out, had been involved in all sorts of sketchy dealings over the years, using his music empire as a front for all kinds of illegal activities. From drug trafficking to racketeering, the guy had his fingers in a lot of pies. And Jay-Z, whether he wanted to admit it or not, seemed to be a willing accomplice. The fallout was intense, with both artists facing a massive backlash from fans and the media. Endorsement deals were being pulled left and right, and there were even calls for their music to be boycotted. It was a full-blown PR nightmare, and the two rap titans were desperate to save face. But through it all, Katt Williams remained steadfast. He continued to expose the truth, even at great personal risk. Diddy and his goons allegedly made several attempts to silence the comedian, but Katt refused to be intimidated. He knew that he was sitting on a ticking time bomb, and he was determined to make sure the world heard his story. And you know what? It paid off. As the investigation continued to unfold, more and more evidence of Diddy and Jay-Z's wrongdoings came to light. Whistleblowers started coming out of the woodwork, corroborating Katt's claims and painting an even darker picture of the duo's shady activities. It was a real-life hip-hop version of The Godfather, complete with power struggles, betrayals, and a whole lot of dirty money. And the more the public learned, the more they were absolutely captivated by the whole thing. The On the Run scandal became the biggest story in music, eclipsing even the biggest album releases and award show controversies. And Katt Williams, the once troubled comedian who had risked it all to expose the truth, was hailed as a hero by fans and critics alike. Meanwhile, Jay-Z and Diddy were left scrambling to save their reputations. They tried to downplay the scandal, claiming it was all just a big misunderstanding. But the evidence was simply too overwhelming. Lawsuits were filed, careers were ruined too.